Hey, what's going on, everyone? This your boy MTG Watson. I'm back with another video, and this time around, I'm going to be doing a unboxing of the new Marvel's superhero commander deck, and this is going to be Black Panther. So let me go ahead and get a knife and cut into this. So this is going to be the unboxing. Just give me one moment. So this is probably gonna be overkill what I'm going to use, but this is what I have at the moment. So let's go ahead and cut on into this. Come on, lumberjack. All right, come on. All right, let's go ahead and get that. Slice down the middle. I don't know why I'm trying to cut looking at the camera. All right, there we go. All right. Let's see what we got here. Now this order, I bought this at MSRP of $51. I did not pay for the full thing. So this came from Hobby Addicts. So I paid for this online with a retail price of, they don't say. They don't say. I will have to put that in the video. Right. Now, one thing about this,
Black Panther, the protector of Wakanda.
is something different with this one. It is a artifact theme focused, but at the same time, I hope they didn't bend this box. No, it's just like that. But at the same time, I do have the collector's edition as well. That was like one something, while this was like 50 something, close to 60 something. So I did not pay total MSRP, but the collector's edition are selling for like $200 or something dollars, which is markup prices, which is really crazy. Do not pay markup prices for these things. You can find them online for MSRP depending on the different LGSs that you go to, and you will be able to find them for a real good decent price. So I say do not pay markups. But I want to show you that I do have Black Panther as well, King T'Challa. This is one that I liked a whole lot. This is an Azorius color commander, and this is basically a draw engine. I do like that one. Now the old school Black Panther, the original one that was the first one that came out with the secret lair drops with the inside of Universes Beyond, was Black Panther Wakanda King. Now this one is one of the ones that I have won some games with and stuff, but it's a secret lair drop and I paid like 18, but this particular one, I think it's more value than the full treatment, but the full treatment I do have that's right here as well. I do have that full treatment of Black Panther, but there's another Black Panther around here as well, and this Black Panther is a special Black Panther. Let me show y'all this one. So this Black Panther Wakanda King is a Gem Mint 10, and I think it's because of a spot that's right there, but that's actually inside of the actual art. So that came with the defect inside the art. But I got this for like $99 online. But this is Black Panther Wakanda King Certified Guaranteed Company Gem Mint 10. So that is my other Black Panther. But I'm gonna move these out the way because you know it's Wakanda Forever around here. Wakanda Forever! Like I said, the unboxing for Wakanda Forever, power up with artifacts, reign as the monarch, Marvel Superheroes Commander deck. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. But this deck, I'm most likely going to have some inner sleeves with it. I'm going to put some Game Genic sleeves as well as some outer sleeves, and I will only upgrade this deck just a little bit to add the Wakandan King. So they give you a nice box. That's Shuri, that's T'Challa, which is really cool. They give you a really nice insert. Wakanda Forever, plan today, reign supreme with the power of Wakanda. T'Challa, the Black Panther, grows in strength with each giant artifact you bring out. So it just gives you just some rules on how you go through everything, starting with 40 life in the commander deck, different colors. What type of art do we have here? We have T'Challa, the Black Panther. And then we have the backup commander, which is Shuri, the Black Panther, the Protector. So we'll go ahead and set that to the side. All right, now we are getting into the deck. They took some things out of here. Usually you will have a life wheel, you will have an oversized thick stock commander card, and a sample pack, but now they're just giving you just this. Just some punch outs, shield, depth touch, which I do like the art, so I'm just going to put that back the way it was. I don't want to turn anything up, and like I said, this is more of me being a collector's fan for this. So this is the deck. Let me go ahead and get this open. There's a pull tab around here somewhere. I think it's on the back. There we go. The pull tab. Put that trash over there. These are all the lands. Now, one of these lands are the bounty something. It's supposed to be in here. It's a dual land. I probably will see that later on. But anyway, let's get back to it. So we have the face commander, T'Challa, the Black Panther, for white, green, colorless, legendary creature, human noble hero. Whenever T'Challa enters or attacks, create a tapped vibranium token. It's an artifact with indestructible and tap. Add colorless. This mana can't be spent to cast a non-artifact spell. Whenever you cast an artifact spell with mana value 4 or greater, put 2 +1/+1 counters on T'Challa. He's a 2/2 mythic. I like the art on here. The foil treatment is really cool. I like that a lot. I think those are really, really awesome. So now we have Dora Milaje Elite, Creature Human Warrior. I'm just gonna let that sit right there. I like the arts on these a whole lot. Then we have Every K. Ross, Helpless Attache. Commander creature you control get +1/+1 and lifelink. That's really cool. So I'm gonna just turn that face down. And turn that face down. Then we have Hot Tooth, Zarazi Strike Force, Human Spy Warrior. This is pretty cool. I like the art on that as well. We have King Solomon's Frogs, legendary artifact. This is a rare. So this deck is about casting artifacts with 4 mana value or greater, which you're going to get a payoff. Midnight Angel Armor, artifact equipment. When this equipment enters, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token, then attach this equipment to it. You will gain flying and vigilance 3/3. Queen Ramonda, Queen Mother. Human noble, legendary creature. When Queen Mother Ramonda enters, you become the monarch. So that's really cool. She is a rare Quinjet. I mean, not the Quinjet. I'm sorry. Royal Talent Fighter. I'm thinking about Avengers. Royal Talent Fighter Jet. This is pretty cool. So, when a vehicle enters with +1/+1 encounters on it, whenever this vehicle attacks or enters, create a number of 1/1 white soldier creature tokens equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on it whenever it attacks or it enters. That's pretty dope. The Spirit of Bashinga, that is really cool. Legendary artifact. We have Ancestral Communion, a sorcery. Basically, you return a permanent from your graveyard to your hand, and you can copy this. So ahead. Fight for the throne. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then it fights target creature and opponent controls. This is a cool instant. It is a rare. We have M'Baku, Jabari Chieftain, Human Noble Warrior. At the beginning of your end step, if there is no monarch, target opponent becomes the monarch. Whenever a creature attacks one of your opponents, if that player is the monarch, that creature gets a +1/+1 counter and gains trample to end of turn. We fighting for the throne, y'all. We fighting for the throne. Nakia, Wakandan Operative. Legendary creature, human warrior, hero with reach. Whenever your commander enters, you become the monarch. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature or vehicle. Activate only as sorcery. Nakia, Abisha. Bukabi, Shield of the Nation. Legendary creature, human warrior, hero. Whenever you attack with your commander, if you control an artifact with mana value 4 or greater, create a 4/4 green rhino. Token with trample. Alright. Wakanda Forever. Reveal the top 6 cards in your library. You may put a permanent card from among them onto the battlefield with an indestructible counter on it. That's pretty cool. Let me keep these all put up so that I keep them in order. We have Zuri, Warrior of Wakanda, legendary creature, human warrior hero with trample. That's pretty cool. He is a rare. We have Bast, Panther Goddess, legendary creature, cat god. For white, green, 2, reach, trample, indestructible. Bast can't attack or block unless you control 3 or more creatures. This is good for when people try to attack you when you have an indestructible with reach that can put up some blocking. Okoye, mighty and adored. Legendary creature, human warrior, hero. When Okoye enters, you become the monarch. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Love this art. Love it, love it, love it. Shuri, the Black Panther. Legendary creature, human noble hero for white and green with lifelink. Whenever Shuri attacks, draw a card if you control 3 or more artifacts. Then, if you control 6 or more artifacts, creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. Alright, that's the backup commander. Oh, here we go. Storm, Queen of Wakanda. For a white, green, and 3 flying. Legendary creature, mutant, noble hero. Now, this is T'Challa's wife. Now, in the old Marvel comics, Storm was the queen of Wakanda, and she was married to T'Challa, I believe, before she went to the X-Men. But she was in Wakanda, so she's flying. Whenever storms attack until end of turn, target another target attacking creature gains flying and gains +X+O, where X is Storm's power. She's a 4/5. That's pretty cool. T'Challa, Venerable King. Refocus. Legendary creature, human noble hero. When T'Chaka enters, refocus. Mill 3 cards. Then you may put an artifact or land card from among them cards into your hand. Nice. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Heart-shaped herb. If a source an opponent control would deal damage to you, prevent one of that damage. That is a 4. Remember, I was telling you, this is about casting artifact spells 4 greater. You get that Vibranium token, plus you get 2 +1/+1 counters on T'Challa. Kimoyo beads. That is a 4. At the beginning of your end step, choose one that hasn't been chosen. AVB, draw a card. Communication bead, create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. Prime bead, you gain 3 life. Exile this artifact, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Cool. Iyami class mothership. This is an artifact flying vehicle for 6/5/7. Whenever this vehicle deals combat damage to a player, look at the top card of your library. If it's a permanent card, you may put it onto the battlefield. If you don't put it onto the battlefield, put it into your hand. Crew 3. Panther habit, which is 4 artifact equipment. If equipped creature would be dealt damage, prevent that damage and put that many +1/+1 counters on it. This is a rare. Now that is really cool for T'Challa. If you're going to be swinging in and attacking with him, he needs that. Panther robot for a 10. Artifact creature cat robot. Affinity for artifacts. So your artifacts will help you cast this giant spell. The more vibranium, the more artifacts and equipment, the less it'll be for casting that. Shuri Fabricator. This is an artifact. When this artifact enters, create 2 tap vibranium tokens. And you could return target artifact from your graveyard with a finality counter on it. Vibranium mining mech 4 artifact vehicle with trample. When it enters or attacks, just create a vibranium token. It's crew 2 and it's a 6/6. Alright. Vibranium Strike Gauntlets 4 artifact equipment flash. Whenever this equipment enters, attach it to target creature you control. Equipped creature get +3/+0 and has trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Draw a card. Alright, so now we are getting into some lands. The Great Mount. We love the Great Mount. Create a tap vibranium token. Now, Divine Visitation, this is a reprint. Now, when it comes to your tokens, much as it was talking about creating 1/1 white soldier tokens, if 1 or more token would be created under your control, that many 4/4 white angel tokens with flying and vigilant are created instead. So if it creates, like it says, if 1 or more, it will create 4/4 white angel tokens instead of that. It'll be a replacement thing, which is pretty cool because this is a reprint. Alright, let me square that up. Loyal Retainers, creature human advisor for white and 2. Sacrifice this, return target legendary creature from the graveyard to the battlefield. Reanimation. The king is not dead. The challenge is not complete. Martial Coup. So basically, if you was to play this with Divine Visitation and you create 5 or more, or even 1 or more, instead of creating these white soldier creature tokens, you will be creating 4/4 angels. Then you will be destroying all other creatures. So, gotta be watchful, because if you're supposed to be creating, if X is 5 or more, destroy all other creatures. So these will be exempt. So you gotta watch that. If those 4/4 angels, they may get destroyed. Vanquish the Horde. 2 white and 6. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Destroy all creatures. Like I said, this art is really cool. That's why I say I'm not upgrading this deck. Oh, here comes the staple. Oh my goodness. Birds of Paradise for green, flying, add 1 mana of any color. Just tap that joker. That's a notable reprint. Alright, Conduit of Worlds, 2 green, 2 colorless. You may play lands from your graveyard. Choose target non-land permanent card in your graveyard. If you haven't cast a spell this turn, you may cast that card. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's reanimation. We need the king back, y'all. We need the king. Greater Good. 2 green and 2 enchantment. Sacrifice a creature. Draw a card equals to the sacrificed creature's power. Then discard 3 cards. So if it's a 6, you would draw 6 cards and then you would discard. Overwhelming Stampede for 2 green and 3 sorcery until end of turn. Creatures you control gain trample and gain +X+X, where X is greatest power among creatures you control. So this is like a overrun, which gives you +3/+3. You would cast this, and T'Challa has about 6 or 7 +1/+1 counters. All your creatures would gain that addition. Coveted Jewel 6. When this artifact enters, draw 3 cards, add 3 mana of any color, which is pretty cool. Whenever 1 more creature and opponent control attack you and Iron Blunt, that player draws 3 cards and gains control of this artifact, untap it. That's something I'm not too cool with, but it's alright. Gilded Lotus 5, which is a notable reprint. Well, it's not a reprint, it's just in this version, add 3 mana of any 1 color. This is a reprint, Helm of the Host, but the Black Panther version. We all know what this do. It's create tokens that are non-legendary and you just multiply the board. Metalwork Colossus 11 and 10. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of non-creature artifacts you control. So you can sacrifice 2 artifacts, return this card from the graveyard. So he comes back. We got Solemn Simulacrum for 4. When this creature enters, you may search for a basic land card and put that onto the battlefield, tapped and shuffle. When it dies, you draw a card. That's a classic staple right there. Alright, Trading Post. Discard a card, you gain 4 life. This is a 4 artifact. You pay 1 life, create a white goat creature token. Pay 1 tap, sacrifice a creature, return target artifact from the graveyard to your hand. 1 tap, sacrifice an artifact, draw a card. Sorry if I don't read a lot of these. Okay, hold on, here we go. But sorry if I don't read a whole lot of them. But Bountiful Promenade. This land enters tap unless you have 2 or more opponents. This is that probably $15 to $16 card right now, and this is one of those reprints, which is really beautiful. I like that. So basically we just have a bunch of rare lands. So we just have a bunch of lands and everything, which is all cool. So it comes in with conditions. I call these like condition lands. Enters tapped unless you control 2 or more basics. So these are like conditions, and it's pretty cool. It gives you an option. It's just, instead of it just coming in tapped. This is wonderful. Just come in, enters tapped unless you control. Yeah, I call these condition lands. So you gotta have a certain condition for those. All right, I'm gonna put that right there. Put that down. Then we have Throne of the High City. That's the mantle. You become the monarch. Sacrifice this land. So we have Orbital, which is Uh, Scourglass, Orbital Vibranium Bomb. Sacrifice the artifact, destroy all permanents except for artifacts and lands. Ooh, that's a nuke. Alright, Wakanda War Panther, Fleece, named Lion. So this is a white green creature cat. Monstrosity 1. If this creature isn't monstrous, put a +1/+1 counter on it and it becomes monstrous. As long as this creature is monstrous, it has hexproof and is indestructible for green, white, and 3. Alright, what was I putting right there? Those lands. I'll put that behind it because it was behind it. Ooh, this right here is this is kind of pricey online. This is Hammer of, let me see, Hammer of Nazam. Black Panther Claws, reprint for legendary artifact equipment. Or when Black Panther Claws or another equipment you control enters, you may attach that equipment to target creature you control. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has indestructible. Ooh, come on, Black Panther. Come on, T'Challa. Panther Idol. This is Mind's Eye 5. Whenever opponent draws a card, you may pay 1. If you do, you draw a card. Alright, people. Sword of the Animus, Skybreaker Sword of Bashinga 2, legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creature get +1/+1. Whenever equipped creature attack, you may search your library for a basic card, basic land, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Alright. We have Nature's Lore, green 1, sorcery, search your library for a forest card, put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Vibranium Dynamo, Thran Dynamo reprint, 4, artifact, tap, 3 colorless. Dispatch, planes, instant, tap target creature. If Metalcraft, if you control 3 or more artifacts, exile that creature. Then we had Generous Gift. You know, it's reprint. Planes 2, destroy target permanent. They get a 3/3 green elephant token. Ingenious Smith, planes 1, creature, human, artificer. Whenever this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any random order. This is pretty dope. Now I got some over here. We got Palace Jailer, plane 2 planes, 2 creature, human, soldier. When this creature enters, you become the monarch. So this is a sub mini game inside of here that keeps your opponents occupied while you are stacking the board. Keep them occupied with monarch while they're battling it out. You can, kind of slip in under the radar and kind of power yourself up to do some damage. When this creature enters, exile target creature and opponent control until the opponent becomes the monarch. You're basically making them fight it out. Challenging people. Valorious Stance, planes 1. This is an instant, destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. Target creature gains indestructible. So this is basically a removal and protection at the same time. Beast Within. We all know about Beast Within. Green 2, instant, destroy target permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 green beast creature token. Alright. Harmonized. 2 green 2, draw 3 cards. And Loyal Guardian. Green 4, creature, rhino, trample, lieutenant. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control your commander, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Arcane Signet. I love the art. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Tap, add 1 mana of any color in your commander's identity. Meteor Golem 7. When This creature enters, destroy target non-land permanent and opponent controls. Artifact creature Golem. Oh my goodness. Come on, y'all. Come on. Come on. I'm doing my Wakanda Forever stance. Soul Ring, 1 artifact, tap, add 2 colorless, a classic, but it's in Black Panther. And then we have Whisper Silk Cloak, 3 artifact equipment. Equipped creature can't be blocked and has Shroud. It can't be the target of spells or abilities. Equipped 2. Alright, so over here we have just, Command Tower, Evolving Wilds, Path of Ancestry, Terramorphic Expanse. We got some planes as well. We got a lot of those. Then we got some forests as well. Help iron out the mana base. But then we also have our tokens, which we have our Indestructible Vibranium. But we flip it on the other side, we have our Angel token. This is really cool. I like the art. And then we have another Vibranium token, which is indestructible as well, which should be a 4/4 Angel. Yep. Same thing again. So we got 1, 2, 3, 3, and another one. The Monarch. Here we go. The Monarch. And then we have our soldier tokens. That's our GOAT. T'Challa, he's the greatest of all times, as we call it. That's another GOAT. That's another soldier. That's a copy. Nick Fury, which we got another soldier. Another copy. We got a Rhino. That's that 4/4 for Wakabi. And we have an elephant. Generous gift. We have another Rhino. And we have for our Beast Within. On your turn, just an insert telling you about the popular formats. And also what you do on your turn. So, like I said, this deck is really cool. T'Challa, Black Panther, leave Wakanda to a new era of prosperity as T'Challa, the Black Panther, and boost your might with Vibranium build artifacts. Use that extra strength to secure your status as the Monarch and rack up advantages with every turn while you claim the crown. Show the world how to lead. And like I said, I would not be modifying this at all. I'm going to keep this the way it is because, like I said, this is Black Panther now. Come on. I'm not going to modify this deck and do all of this extra stuff to it. I'm keeping everything the way it is. I'm going to sleeve it up the way it is. And it's just going to be played the way it is. Because what? This is Black Panther, y'all. Come on now. This is Wakanda. We're not finna modify this. We're going to keep it the same way it is. And if I do modify it, I will probably add this in here. And I do have another Storm and another Black Panther. So if I really do modify it, I'm probably going to take some lands out. But if it do, it's going to be another Black Panther going in here. I'm not going to swap out no cards because I think there are some other cool Black Panthers in white. And there's another Black Panther in this color as well. I might add those into this. But, I did say I wasn't going to modify it. But if I do, it will be with another Black Panther variant. I will not take out every last card in here and just strip it all down. No, we're not going to do that. We're just going to put Black Panther where his home is. But like I said, back again, these are the two-faced commanders. T'Challa the Black Panther, Shuri the Black Panther, which one is life gain. Other one's about artifacts and kind of Voltron type style, as well with +1/+1 counter. So this is my unboxing for this. And I'm probably going to put all of this in my Tolarian box because you know it's purple, you know, for the king. And that's pretty much it. So thank you all for tuning in to my channel, watching my unboxing, and like I said, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.